Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a situation where Call of Duty has removed an operator skin from purchase in Modern Warfare 2 because a massive, highly successful, highly talented Call of Duty first person shooter player named Nick Merckx, somebody who's at the upper echelon of that competitive scene, and so was granted and earned a skin, an operator skin in the game. Means you get to go out there and play as his avatar, get to experience the game as him, so to speak. But that was removed from the game. Call of Duty publicly coming out and making an example of this person. Now, what did Nick Merckx do to deserve this type of disrespect and treatment? What did they do? What did they say that was so egregious? Was it a blatant racist attack on somebody? Just oozing slurs and just villainy, and what was it, just something so egregious that it would make your hair stand on end? Huh? Do you think? Do you think so? Well, I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is what Nick Merckx said. It was in response to an event that has been lied about by a great number of people trying to spin this in a positive direction. Basically, a bunch of parents came to protest and say, we don't want this LGBTQ groomer propaganda. We don't want this pedo propaganda in front of our kids. We don't want our kids going to a library and in the little kids section finding books that tell them all sorts of stuff that are so disgusting and deviant and degenerate that I couldn't show you it on YouTube. I couldn't even describe it on YouTube, or they would demonetize my channel. They would nuke it from orbit. But a little kid should be able to walk in to their school library and pick that up. These parents are saying the curriculum is disgusting. We don't want it in here. We don't want these books in here. Stop grooming our kids. Stop coming after them sexually. Stop trying to confuse them to make them part of your cult. Stop trying to get at our kids. And the reaction from this cult of demented, narcissistic, mentally ill pedophiles and groomers in the LGBT community was no. And we're going to combat you with violence because we believe we have a right to your kids. We should be able to do whatever we want to your kids. That's what these people genuinely believe, and that's what they stand for. They want kids in there early. They want kids introduced to sex stuff early. It is just demonic, evil, unconscionable shit. So Nick Merckx steps in and says they should leave the little kids alone. That's the real issue. Hits the nail right on the head. And this tweet is so innocuous. It's so benign. It's so nothing. But that was enough. That was enough for this cabal of perverts and demented weirdos to go into a tailspin, go into overdrive, and now this guy's creator skin or his operator skin is removed from the game. You can't buy it anymore. You can't get it. Tough luck, too bad. All because of this one tweet. It is absolutely unbelievable. The official Call of Duty account coming out online to defend these sex pests and groomers in the LGBT community. It's disgusting and it's unconscionable, and it should make you angry. It should piss you off because this man did nothing wrong. And all of his hard work, all of that effort to build that up, demolished because he's not willing to watch a video of a bunch of perverts and freaks, a bunch of fucking creepazoids that are at a school trying to introduce sex stuff to kids. LGBTQ is purely 100% about sex. It is the sexuality, 100%. There is no ambiguity here. Lesbian, what does that refer to? That refers to who you are attracted to sexually. Gay, what does that refer to? It refers to who you are attracted to sexually. Bisexual, it's in the name. Transgender, that is part of it because you think that you're a different gender. But most of the time, the people who are saying, well, you know, I was a guy and now I'm a girl, they're still attracted to girls. And so it's a mental illness, it's narcissism, it is a cult of people that think that they're better than everyone else and they deserve special treatment. And that special treatment comes in the form of they should be able to talk to, lecture to, and ultimately touch your kids. And the government is for this. U.S. government, UK government, not so much anymore. It used to be. But they realize the damage of this. So they've bailed out. Most Western countries have bailed out of this. They're no longer allowing this sort of just mutilation to be done to young kids. But America, no, we believe in that apparently. And so this is what this guy said. And something amazing happened. Because he spoke out, we've got a clip from the two-time. The back-to-back 1993 to 1994 blockbuster video game champion and true international superstar. Video gaming superstar. Excuse me. Let me correct the record. Now, let me just say, Doc is the best. Nobody has his production value. He, in terms of all other streamers, is on a whole other level. I mean, look, as much as I may like certain content creators, take a look at somebody like, I hate to even bring it up, take a look at somebody like Hassan. Take a look, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, Hassan. I mean, are you kidding me? No production value, no effort, eats on camera like a fucking slob. Doesn't do anything, reacts to content from people that have already done the work, just sits there with a dumbfounded look on his face, and his audience just sits there and eats it up. The laziest streamer, but he's getting a good chunk of views. But the Doc actually puts in the time and effort and the production value and, I mean, just the character, everything, beautiful, love it. Now, Doc is he's not just an entertainer. What Doc does here is nothing short of miraculous. It is amazing because he's coming out to defend his friend Nick Merckx. Spoiler alert, I pulled off the Band-Aid. And for him to do that, and in this climate, this is a guy that has deals with Mountain Dew and other huge companies. And for him to come out and put that at risk to defend his friend, that is a ride or die friend. That is somebody that is willing to get into the trenches with you if they feel that you're under attack. And god damn it, this is the most beautiful thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to shut up and watch this. Let's go.
Are you ready to destroy today, Doc? Yes. In fact, I changed the title. We were going to do a video game challenge where it's the two-time jumping into a variety of games and going in there in a live environment and getting the win. and walking away with a check mark. But then the flip phone rang. Z, Nico, the two-time soaked in slaughter, as we call our team. We're jumping on Apex Ranked, and I want to get aggressive. I want some end games today, a lot of end games. I want today to be a learning experience for all of us. Right. I was kind of, I'll tell you what the video game challenge was, though. Woo! I was getting a little excited about it, too. I was going to start off with some Hunt Showdown and try to get the successful extraction against three-man team servers while still being aggressive and getting the action that satisfies us, you know? And then that was going to transition into Valorant, a ranked Valorant win. And top fragging in the win. And then that was going to transition into Apex with randoms, ranked win. But I think Soaked in Slaughter will do. Woo! Announcement time, champs. You guys ready?
Give it to me,
I don't waste any time.
Give it here.
Howdy! Yeah. I'm ready, Doc. Let's go.
We're ready.
All right, we're going to have to go full screen on this one.
Yep.
Dad.
Oh, come
we got
on.
this.
That's perfect timing. Come on, Doc. Lay it on me.
If you don't know the news, yesterday, it just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. That Call of Duty, Activision, made the decision to pull Nick Merckx's skin and bundle off the game. For that.
Yep.
You know, champs, I mean, just imagine. I mean,
Yep.
he's one of us. He's one of us streamers, right? I mean, to get your own skin and bundle and that whole collaboration on the biggest shooter franchise out there and be one of the first to do it in Call of Duty, that's such a massive accomplishment, you know? And he worked hard, years and years, built a nice community. He's a great representation of a streamer gaming, you know? And just like that,
Yep.
he made it, got it in there, and they pulled it down.
Yep.
That's a fucking tough one, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. For what again? So what I got to do? what we got to do is uninstall the game. Number one. I mean, don't get a mistaken. This year's Call of Duty is the worst in its franchise. But that decision by COD's PR marketing team, I'll tell you right now, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to digest for the two-time. I feel like, A, they either need to apologize publicly to him or reinstate his bundle in order for me to consider playing Call of Duty again.
Doc, I hate to step in here. They need to... They need to get on their goddamn knees and give one of the most groveling apologies that we've ever seen. Because that, nothing of a statement. This right here, this is what caused him to lose that operator skin. So they need to be on their knees. On their goddamn knees, begging him and apologizing profusely and saying, we will never do something like this again. We're sorry. And hell, throw in there, we agree with you. These sex pests, these perverts, these degenerate LGBT cultists, they need to stay the hell away from kids. Throw that in there as well for a cherry on top. They don't mind getting political. Well, now they're going to get political in the favor of doing some fucking good. But goddamn, this guy hit the nail right on the head. Doc is right yet again.
That's where I'm at. We just don't... That's a tough one. That's embarrassing. Holy shit. That's an embarrassing one, man.
It's more than just embarrassing.
It's one thing. See, that's one thing. The two-time, hey, I'll talk awards.
Yeah.
I'll talk awards. We'll talk sports. Certainly red carpet premieres and feet on the floor tickets. These are these are the topics we'll talk about. One thing we just don't talk about is politics. Because these people online, they're just like, it's just so extreme one way, it's extreme way the other way. We don't get into it. We don't have time. We're here to put on a show. You know?
Yeah, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want to come onto a dog stream and have him talking about politics like he's Tim Pool or Styx Hexenhammer. I like Styx Hexenhammer. If you were to start talking about, heavy video game stuff, I might, sort of lose interest. That's not the doc's job. He's here to entertain. And he does a damn fine job of it. But for him to come out and defend his friend, to call on a boycott of Call of Duty, to uninstall the game publicly, that is massive. That is a true friend. That is a ride or die compatriot. And I gotta tell you, I hope they give Nick Merckx his skin back. I hope they do apologize. But even if they do, the damage, don't get it twisted, the damage is done. There's nothing that Call of Duty can do to recover from that because of how utterly innocuous and inoffensive and wholesome and good what Nick Merckx said. The fact is that most streamers, most content creators, they are absolute abject cowards. But the dog comes out here going, yeah, you know what? I've got deals with Mountain Dew. I get to go to arenas like the AT&T Stadium with Tim the Tap Man. I get to do all this stuff. I'm seen with celebrities, athletes, huge name brands worth billions of dollars. But I don't give a shit about all of that. You know what? I'm sticking by my friend. And I'm not going to be kowtowed or made to live in fear. I'm going to stick up for my friend. That is a rare thing. Not many people would actually do it. And I got to give a hat tip and a round of applause to the two-time. Because that is very rare. And I hope that more people come out. But here's the thing. Only if you are in a position to do it. I'm not saying that everyone can. Like, for example, if you've got somebody who, maybe they're not doing that well. Maybe they're not making that much money. They're a streamer. They've got a kid. I'm not saying to throw away your career or your life because you want to make a statement. Leave that to people like me. I don't have any sponsorships, and I never will. Let's be honest. Because I'm too honest about what I talk about. I'm not what you would consider brand friendly. Not because I'm out here shouting obscenities or using offensive language, like overly offensive language. That's not my style. I don't believe in that. That's lowest common denominator shit. But because I'm speaking the truth. And I'm being honest without a filter. And I know that a lot of people say that, but I think that at this point you can pretty much get a good idea that I actually mean it. I'm one of the few people that means it. Because I've got no insider access. When they finally come for my YouTube channel, it's gone. I've been banned on Twitter, suspended on Twitter, for almost a week now. After my account had been suspended unfairly for a couple years. Now, what did I do that was so egregious? I don't want to get into the whole thing. But basically, I responded to a tweet from Ian Miles Chung saying essentially what he said, but just a little bit different. Slightly different. Hey, this person who ended the life of a baby by suffocating them, Ian Miles Chung said this person should get the electric chair. I said I disagree. I think that they should be smothered in the same way that they took out the baby after a trial. I got suspended for that. But I want to thank Dr. Disrespect for being such a good example here. You don't have to get political. You don't have to get in the weeds. That's not what it's about. It's about standing up for what's right. And you know what? Standing up for kids against these people, these people who are out there thinking it's my right. I have a right to your daughter. I have a right to your son. It doesn't matter what age. I can introduce my sexuality to them. I can integrate into their lives and start, maybe kind of manipulating them towards a certain direction. I can start pushing my beliefs on them. And you know what? At a certain age, at my discretion, which they have no discretion, I'm going to start introducing sex acts to your kids outright. Why else would you have an elementary school book? And I'm not kidding. I'm not hyperbolic. Tim Pool has talked about this. They've gone over this on the Joe Rogan Experience multiple times. People have been discussing this in the media. These books are so obscene that I could not show them on YouTube. I couldn't even mention what's in them on YouTube because I'm certain that they wouldn't just demonetize me, they would probably delete my channel. And then what good would I be? What good would I be to spread this message and to talk about the things that I want to talk about? I've got Rumble. It's growing. But I see this sickness and it makes me upset. But seeing people like the doc come out and stand up, not for a political party, but for the basic common core decency of not going after kids. I can't believe we're at this point. That's the dividing line. Hey, are you in favor of doing this stuff to kids? Oh, okay, you are? Well, then you're over there. You're far away. Oh, what's that? We may disagree on some things, may disagree politically, but you're okay with pushing these people out that want to sexualize kids? Come on in. Welcome. Grab a beer. Take a seat. Anyway, that'll do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Share this video out. Share this video out. More people need to see this. This is the issue of our times. And it's a major, major thing worth talking about. But that's not the entirety of what this channel is about. I'm also going to be doing videos talking about other issues, other things, more lighthearted things, some not so lighthearted. But at the end of the day, I think these are the important things. These are the issues that I want to cover. And I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking by through thick and thin, through YouTube removing subscribers, through YouTube obviously deboosting me. I mean, my views, the difference is night and day. And you can see that they're doing everything they can because they don't like my content. They don't like what I have to say. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to make the content anyway. Thank you, those of you who watch, and I'll see you next time.